Being a Jehovah Witness, I always struggled with suppressing my gay feelings. But finally, there came a point when I had to break free. She said that, "Don't come home ever again, and you wasted 24 years of my life." Jehovah's Witnesses are a Christian congregation, a church. They are global, they are everywhere, and they teach the Bible, but they take the Bible quite literally. So everything that's written must be true and must be obeyed. What they do is, I think, equals to brainwashing. They can do that if you let them do that. They manipulate every aspect of your life. When my mother was baptized as a witness, I was 3 years old, and I was 18 when I got baptized, so I became one of Jehovah's Witnesses officially. I always wanted to please my mother. It was very hard to do that throughout my childhood. Our relationship was rough from time to time, but I wanted to do that because I loved her, and I saw that that made her happy. So I made this choice myself to become one of Jehovah's Witnesses, even though I knew I was gay before that. According to my experience and my mother's experience, when you are at a low point of your life, they will give you some sort of a hope. They will come and tell you about wonderful promises from the Bible, what Jehovah will do for you, or he had done for you, or how he loves you, and it fills you with some kind of hope. When you wake up, you start with a prayer, you read the daily text, and then if you work, you go to work, if you study, you go to school, but in the afternoon, you have to dedicate your time to these kind of activities, like going out and knocking on people's doors, giving them a magazine, a publication, or going out to meetings. It is the center of your life, and everything else comes second. When it comes to lifestyle, or when it comes to great life choices, they want to regulate you completely. For example, when it comes to blood donations, you cannot give blood and you cannot receive blood. I grew up not celebrating Christmas or birthdays because that's unbiblical. That's not what the witnesses should be doing, and that wasn't a problem. But when it comes to being homosexual or being different from what the Bible teaches as it should be the norm, then they can be very rigid, and they don't associate themselves with people who are homosexual, who are gay, or just different from what they believe is the norm. I think I knew that I was gay from the age of 13 or 14. By the age of 16 and 17, I kind of knew that I must be gay, but I could never talk about it because I didn't know how. I never knew any gay people around me who were openly gay. At home, it was a taboo. I couldn't talk about it. And when I got to the point that I should dedicate myself to the witnesses and to God, I thought, and they taught me, that it's okay if someone has these kind of feelings because you can overcome them. With the help of God, you can become strong, He will help you, and you can just deal with it. And I thought that, okay, then I would deal with it, like pray the gay away. But as I grew older, I realized that it's not working as I expected that it would. So by the age of 20, 21, I accepted that, okay, so that's my fate, that's what I am. I'm gay, but I can never be open about it, and I will have to suppress it till the rest of my life. The turning point came when I moved to Budapest 2 years ago, roughly, and I saw gay people everywhere who were open about themselves, colleagues, new friends, friends of friends, and I started realizing that that's also a life I could be living. I could also be open about myself and just live my authentic life, the one that I am. And that's when I started to shift from being dedicated to the witnesses to start to wanting to experience what this other life could give for me. I was mostly afraid of my mom because I really loved her and I didn't want to hurt her feelings, because the witnesses have this thing that if you come out and if you sin and if you keep doing the bad thing, if you keep sinning, then they will disfellowship you, which means that they discommunicate you, which means that they cut every tie with you, friends and family alike. So I knew what that meant, blocking them on social media, not saying hi to them on the streets, just really turning away from them. And I knew that they would turn away from me. And I knew my mom very well. And I knew that she was faithful, she is faithful, and that she would turn away from me completely. It happened in April 2018. We had the elections that year in Hungary. And I wanted to vote, but the witnesses do not vote. That's another thing, that they are neutral in politics. But I wanted to vote because, of course, why not? I registered, and the government sent a letter to my home address, to my parents' house, that I changed my location in the system. So my mom opened that letter and she saw that I was registered to vote. And she called me and she was like very anxious that, what's this? Why are you registered to vote? She was pressuring me over the phone. And I just snapped. I couldn't lie anymore. I had been lying for years now, and I just said that the reason why I'm acting like this and the reason why I'm so disconnected is that I'm gay. That's just not what I am. I'm not a true witness anymore, or I couldn't be one. And wow, that was a shock to her as well, but to me. But I felt so relieved that finally I could say that after 24 years I was able to say it out loud to her. But then it went really downwards, because we had phone calls every day, and she was crying. She was really shocked, and so was I. And I knew that I didn't want to help it, because her idea was that together we could work it out, and I would be able to get help from the witnesses, from the, not priests, but the elders, the leaders of the congregation. I told her that I didn't want to do that. So I went to see the elders, but I wrote a letter before that. It's called the letter of Disassociation. It means that I choose the path that I want out. I don't want to be a witness anymore. And I gave that letter to the elders. I stood up, I left the Kingdom Hall, and I turned away from them forever. And I walked through the people in the congregation who were family to me or friends to me, and I just walked out and never looked back. That night I had the last phone call with my mom when I told her about the letter, and I told that that's my choice, I don't want to be helped. And originally she wanted me to go home that Sunday so that we can sit down together face to face and talk about it. And when I said that, okay, I made my choice, and then I would go home and we will talk about it, and then she said, no, you don't need to come home again, because that's your choice and I can't help you. So she said that, don't come home ever again, and you wasted 24 years of my life. That's what she said to me that night. So it's almost a year that I haven't seen her or talked to her. I think about her every day, every single day. There is no hour that I don't think about her, that how she is, what she's been up to, or how she's feeling. I just really hope that she's as okay as I am. I don't know. If you're a witness, especially, and you're gay, the two will conflict every day in your life. I had that, and I couldn't do it anymore. But if you believe in God, if you believe in the Bible, if you're Christian or Muslim or anything else, any other religion, you can be gay at the same time, because religion is just a moral guide. It should be just a moral guide in your life. It should be something that fills your spiritual need, your connection with something bigger. But that bigger thing, call it God, call it the universe, call it whatever you want to, will accept you the way you are. It should not be a problem for them that you're gay. It shouldn't be a problem whom you love. When I quit the church and when I was there, I remember just feeling very alone. I lost literally hundreds of people from around me who were there, who used to be there, and I could talk to. When I moved to Budapest, I started to make friends, non-witness friends. And when I decided after a year of being in Budapest, I decided to leave, I already had some friends that I could rely on, and I'm really thankful for them. They know who they are, and yeah, they helped me a lot during those times. But even after that, when I shared my story and when I started to be really myself, I realized I started to see that people are just appearing around me, and they are gravitating around me and towards me, and now I have really the best friends ever that I could ask for. My takeaway from all this thing that I went through was that when you're sad and when you're down and when you hit a low, your friends can help you, and the good times that you have with your friends really can help you, but our stories can help us to heal. Everyone has a voice, you have a voice, but you have to find it, and you have to find a platform to really make yourself heard. And if you do, people will listen, and people will surround you with their love eventually. And also go out and find other people's stories and listen to them, because people have things to say, and you have a thing to say. And just say it, let yourself be heard, and that will really give you, I think, the healing that we need in times like this. Okay, paint me.